welcome back to Highlowluxxe, where luxury and style are attainable. We have a super fun video today, fall trends to try and how to style them. I'm gonna go through, I think I have 9 or 10 of the fall trends that I'm just drawn to, that I think are easiest to wear. And I'm gonna pop up tons of pictures from the runway shows, from street style, from my closet, things that I've worn or I own, to kind of give you some inspiration and show you how I integrate them into my wardrobe and how you can do the same. Without any rambling, we'll get into it. For outfit, this is an old bodysuit from Shop Bop. I'll link it below if it's still available. Jeans, I have on the Margiela jeans, so I'll link these and I'll try to find a dupe as well. I think I'm wearing Lancome foundation today, and this is a Dior lip. Jewelry is from, this is from Oma the Label, a black owned brand, and a Dior ring, my wedding ring, and TJ Maxx. I think that's everything. So we're gonna just hop right in. Leave any video suggestions below if there's something that you want to see, because this is kind of like the end of my fall content, so leave any ideas below. But let's go ahead and get into the first trend. This trend is probably the one that is the most out of my comfort zone, and if you're new, you really don't know this, but if you've been around for a while, then you do. So the first one is winter brights. So basically bold pops of color, very saturated, bright, colorful pieces worn in the winter. We typically save this for spring, summer, but winter brights is a huge trend and I love it. And if you've been following me for a few years, you know I used to be all about the neutrals. And I feel like it's such a huge trend coming out of lockdown and quarantine, and we all just want to do the most, basically, and color is a great way to do that. So my suggestions on how to integrate color. Fun sweaters. So you can do just like a fun pop of color sweater and then still do like your bottoms that you would normally wear that you're most comfortable in. Of course, denim always looks great with colors, especially like oranges, reds. Purple is a huge color right now. That looks great with denim. You can do it with like some leather pants. You can do it with like a slip skirt. So a nice fun pop of color in a sweater is great. A statement coat is also a great way to do color. I love coats. I have my coat closet. Let me know if you want to see a coat video. But a pop of color in a really nice coat is a great idea, especially at like Mango, Zara, and other stores, even ASOS. You can get like a pretty good quality coat for a great price point and then have fun with like a really bold, interesting color. I would just stick with a color that pairs well with the rest of your wardrobe. So for everyone, that's going to look different. I just bought like a lilac color coat, and I feel like for me, I have a lot of like black boots, brown boots. I feel like that would look good with that. I have some gray like things that I want to wear this fall, so I feel like that would pair well with that. Also, something I'm loving for a pop of color, and I saw it all over the runway, was gloves. So this is also a great way to just do like a little pop. Maybe you don't want to go totally bold with the whole outfit, but you can just do like a leather glove. I'm sure if you saw my Fashion Week vlog, you saw the purple Prada gloves. You don't have to, this is not something I would tell you to invest in, but again, brands like ASOS, Zara are gonna have like bold pops of color gloves, like a fun yellow. I've seen some orange gloves that can look great with like a gray coat and like some orange gloves. Oh my God, that'd be so cute. So it's really about the color combinations. That if you just wanna do like a pop, just think about the color that will pair well with the remainder of your wardrobe, so you can like mix and match it and wear with a bunch of stuff and get your money's worth for the season. Another way, if you are really bold, I love seeing a monochrome look. So again, this is for people that don't mind people staring, but if you want to do like a full on red look, right? Red sweater, some red pants, I'm sure I'm popping up inspiration, and then a red coat on top and some red boots. You can also do this with neutral colors, but it's really something when it's like bold and bright. Again, all lilac look, oh my goodness, and all navy blue if you want to do more of a muted color. Next trend that we want to try is to add a little sparkle and a little shine. You can do a little or you can do a lot. So again, accessories is always an easy way to do this. You guys saw the Prada headband I got at Fashion Week. Absolutely love that, and that is a great way to just add a little pop of something special and a little extra without the whole outfit, or you know, and I can kind of like pop that onto any outfit, any look, to just jazz it up a little bit. Sachi and Fendi collaboration, they showed this like full look, and it almost looks like chain mail. So it's not really about like sequins. That can be it, but it's also like things that just have like a sheen or some type of iridescence to it as well, because that's a way to make it special without feeling too like New Year's Eve, if you know what I'm saying. Like so glitzy and so glammy. Again, you can do this with dresses, and you can also do it with like colors that aren't just silver. I've seen a lot of midi skirts, and I think this is a way to make it super wearable, like a pleated skirt, a slip skirt, but something in a more shiny metallic fabric, and then you can just pair it with like a chunky sweater, some cool boots, some combat boots, and that juxtaposition kind of makes it work for every day. And then of course, you can always do it with handbags. You can basically do any trend with handbags if you just want to add a little pop to your look. So next trend is one of my favorites. This is not for everyone, but I think it is very of the moment, and it's been around the last couple years, and we're seeing it kind of like change a little bit, and that's gonna be logo love. So this is all about monograms, logo. I know this is not for everyone, but I also think that it is a way for brands to get their brand out there. And I think the most interesting way is doing it with like new up and coming brands. So of course you can do your Louis Vuitton, right? I'll pop up my Fendi coat. We all know the Fendi coat I fought for my life over. That is a way to do it with like bigger brands. But then I think about like Marine Serre. Like that is a brand that is kind of up and coming. And there's other brands too. Even like Burberry has started putting their like monogram, if you will, like their print on bigger pieces, so it makes more of an impact. So you can also find like affordable brands. I think it's just more about almost using it as a pattern to make it more of a interesting, funky style. So I think this is a fun one to kind of like, you can do it in a neutral way if you pick the right brand, but it also just makes it a little more interesting, especially on bigger pieces. It makes an impact, but you don't have to do the most. The easiest way to integrate the logo love into your wardrobe is with tights. That's like such a fun way to kind of integrate just a little luxury if you want to do a higher end price point, but then also to have a little interest with the logo. I like to stick with black, but of course you can do like Gucci has tights that are like more that like tan and brown. They're like classic colors. But again, that's a great way and an easy way to kind of like add a little pop and make your look a little funky. Again, that's what I like about it. For me, it's not really about like the branding or showing off or trying to flex. It's more about adding like interest to an outfit in a way besides just playing with color. It's more about playing with texture to me. Okay, the next trend to try this season is second skin / the one piece. So we've kind of done this for the past few years, and I think we're just going through different iterations this season. So again, think about Marine Serre, either the one piece or the sets. I'll pop up pictures of what I have in my closet. More brands are leaning into this season. And again, there's different takes that you can have on it. You can do like the second skin bodysuit type of thing, and then you can layer a chunky like knit on top of it. You can do a blazer on top of it. You can do a shacket on top of it. If you want to tone it down a little bit, you can belt it and do like tall boots if you want to make it a little sexier. So I feel like this is something that's like an interesting first like a base piece, and then the way that you accessorize it and put the outfit together just depends on your style. They're also coming in like flares and like wider leg options this season, so I feel like that is very interesting. And then a lot of sheer moment. Mugler has done, I feel like they kind of like push this to the forefront this season with their bodysuits, their leggings, and again, the one pieces. They've made them like these cool, different, I'm sure you're seeing pictures, but different like silhouettes, and really, I mean, they're super sexy, but they're also almost like sculptural, very beautiful. Next up, I love this for me because I feel like this is, again, a reaction to quarantine and kind of getting out of the comfy clothes and back into our like going out dressy clothes. But we also know we haven't walked in heels in a long time. Platforms are back. Platforms are everywhere on every runway, and I love it because they're so comfortable. If you saw my Vegas vlog, you saw the YSL shoes that I brought, and I wore those every night because my feet, I mean, from walking all day, my feet were hurting so bad that the other shoes I brought, they were just, I needed some cushion, I needed some support, and those shoes, they came through. They came through every night. I was like, that's the only shoe I can wear. But we're seeing them again in different iterations, so it doesn't have to be like a super dressy platform. It can be boots as well. So we're doing, it's kind of even leaning towards more like 70s vibes, more like disco era, more like just like true platform, chunky boots. Versace is doing shoes and boots, and I love these boots. They give you like Bratz dolls energy, but they give you a ton of height. To me, they are sexy, but a little more funky, which is where my style typically leans. So that's why I'm really into this. You guys know I love a chunky shoe because I feel like it's just amps up the cool factor. But then it's also comfortable. Like, what's not to like? Who else? Let's see. Oh, Saint Laurent also does a boot. I've seen a lot of boots, and that's definitely where I would put my money towards. I'm really happy that I have the YSL shoes, but I feel like the boots are going to give you one, really longevity, and you can wear them into like the depths of winter and then even into spring with like dresses and stuff like that. The next trend is quilted or puffed everything. So this is basically just taking your everyday wardrobe staples and making them either quilted or puffered. That's the right word. And I've seen this everywhere in every show. I'll pop up a picture. I literally just wore something last weekend. I might have shared it in a blog post. I'm not sure, but they're self-portrait leather shorts, but they're quilted. So again, it's just adding texture, which is such a crucial thing to have in your closet. Especially going into the winter when you may be wearing more neutral colors. You can make that an all black outfit and it still looks interesting because all the textures are different. So let's see. I'm popping up some pictures, but Miu Miu had like quilted pants and quilted jackets that matched. Stan Studio, who I love, did really funky coats and jackets. I also just got a really cool like lavender puffer. Again, it's about taking the idea of just the long puffer coat, which I feel like we saw that last year and the year before. That was super trending, like that super oversized long maxi puffer coat. That's kind of how this trend got started. And now we're literally just putting it into every other piece in your wardrobe. How can we do it with shorts? How can we do it with pants? I feel like this is great to just get in your favorite pieces. So if you like the look of this, think about the pieces that you wear the most or that you have in your closet already. So for me, a no-brainer was leather shorts. I have one pair, you guys have seen them a million times, but I literally wear them, I feel like every video or like every time I'm styling something, I always pull them out. So I was like, let me get another pair of leather shorts. That's what's gonna work well with everything in my closet. And that's one of the pieces that I wear the most during the fall and winter. So that's what I went with. If you wear jackets a lot, or if you feel like you wear leather pants a lot, maybe you go for a leather pant option or a coat option. Next up is basically like the trend I'm wearing today, which are cutouts. And I feel like we saw this last year, but one, nobody was really going anywhere. And I feel like last year it was a little more sexy. And I feel like this year it's a little more wearable and it's more like artistic cutouts. Like, how can we show off interesting parts of the body, more flattering parts of the body? Not everybody wants to show off their midriff. I mean, I like a crop top just as much as the next person, but that's not the most flattering part of my body. I love a good clavicle moment. You know, I love an interesting neckline. So that's why I chose this shirt. I'll pop up another little sweater set I just got from Shop Bop that I love. I wore last weekend, and it's basically like, I'll just pop up a picture, but it's kind of cutting out this side part, almost like your armpits, but it's really cute and interesting without leaning too sexy where it's like inappropriate to wear at certain places or certain times of day. So I really like, that's why I put this trend here. I really wasn't that into cutouts last year, again, because I just felt like it was a little overtly sexy and there wasn't really a point for me to add it into my wardrobe because where am I going that often to like invest in this trend? But now I feel like it's very abstract art kind of. Of course, I will link options for every trend below. It may be easier to do a blog post, actually. That's what I do. I'll do a blog post so that way you can see pictures and then I'll just link the blog post below. That's what we'll do. Okay, moving on. Next trend is, again, they're all my favorites, right? Because that's why they're on the list, is chunky loafers / Oxfords. So I feel like I've already bought all these things or already had them. And I love a chunky shoe. And I feel like this is almost necessary because I feel like we are kind of moving away from the chunky sneaker. I still have mine and I still love them, but it's giving us another option besides a chunky sneaker and besides a boot once it gets colder. So we've seen a lot of like heeled loafers, just chunky loafers, and then Oxfords, which is where you just tie them up. But these have been everywhere. You can pair them with socks. These are, in my opinion, a little harder to wear. Definitely harder to wear than just a boot that you can just put on and it basically covers up most of your leg. So you do have to be a little more thoughtful with like your pant lengths, where they kind of like stop at, and what you pair them with. I think it's great if you pair them with straight leg pants. It can get a little funky with skinny pants. I think it looks nice with shorts or skirts, but again, as we go into colder months, it's either longer pants or trousers where you're kind of like covering up the top of the shoe, or you're doing some type of tight and then you can do like a dress. Or it's a short enough crop that you have some space between the shoe and your pant and you have a little ankle showing. I think that's really important. It can't really hit the top of the shoe. I'm sure I'm popping up pictures of like examples. But that's the only issue I run into. I bought those Louis Vuitton loafers or Oxfords in Vegas, and that's the only issue. I can't just throw them on every time I think they would be cute with something. I really have to make sure basically the pants or the bottom half of my outfit kind of like works with where they stop at. So, and then next up, I called this one Suited and Booted because it's basically just tailoring. It's heavy on the suits, which we always see. We've been seeing oversized blazers for a while, but this is kind of like encapsulating everything that has to do with suiting and tailoring, all the pieces. So we saw full suits with like the trouser pants, the vest, and the jacket on top, and a tailored coat on top. Like it's really going there. Like we're giving menswear chic. Of course, you don't have to wear all the pieces, but I think depending on your wardrobe, you can easily integrate any of these pieces. I have been heavily into trousers. I'll pop up a picture. I wore some the other week and I love them. I bought a few pair from H&M and Frankie Shop, and I just think it's such a great alternative to jeans, but then it's more comfortable than jeans, right? So it's great, especially if you don't want to wear sweatpants or loungewear pants, but you're just like, jeans is a bit much. Like trousers are a great option because they're comfortable, but then they're chic. I just love them. A lot of vests. So either wearing a vest as a top with no shirt underneath, wearing a vest and layering a blazer, like a matching blazer over it. I'm seeing that everywhere. Of course, I'll link some options in the blog post. But again, menswear everything. We've always been doing the blazers. That is still thriving. And then tailored structured coats that you can throw over all these pieces, or you can just make whatever outfit you have look a little more tailored with the coat that you add on top. So this is a great one, and I feel like you can pick your thing that you're into. I've always been into tailoring and blazers, but I'm really, like, I probably bought like 3 or 4 pairs of like just tailored trousers in the last few weeks. But they go great with like all of these shoe trends, and basically you can look put together but not have to wear heels, not be uncomfortable. You know, a pair of loafers with a nice trouser and then like a cute little cutout top. It's just a great way to do both, right? You get a little sex appeal, you get comfort, you get chicness. I think these are all great trends that, again, can easily integrate into your wardrobe, are easy to wear. You don't have to break the bank on, and they can carry you through. Like all of these things are very right now, but they also have never been like out of style. Like, oh, don't bring that out. Like, I don't see how you're going to wear this year because you're going to look crazy. I don't think that's the case with any of these things. So just make sure whatever trend you lean into, you're super comfortable with it. You get something that makes you feel good. You get it in a color or a cut or a style that you already have in your closet that's already been proven to work with your wardrobe. And you can just like play around with whatever the color is or the texture is, or, you know, that special detail is, if it's high shine or if it's a cutout. That's all you got to keep in mind. Well, I think that's everything. Those are my trends to try. I hope this was helpful in showing you, clear inspiration, kind of like where these trends come from, how they originated, why I like them, and kind of how I'm going to put them into my wardrobe and kind of wear them with pieces I already own. Of course, look in your closet first to make sure. One, I hope we all did our closet clean outs already from my last closet organization video. So that way you know what you have, what you're working with as you go into this new season. And then look in your closet to see if you already have any of these pieces before you go buy anything else. If you don't mind thrifting, check the thrift store, especially for like the tailored pieces. And if you still want to add pieces, you know, check the links, check the blog posts, and buy what you're going to wear, not just what's trendy. Can't emphasize that enough. Hope this was helpful. Hope it was fun. I think that's everything. Thanks for stopping by. See ya.